read a proclamation that, if it's okay, I'd like to present to Equality Florida for all of your hard work and instrumental work in finally bringing equality to Florida and to so many lives. So with that said, whereas on August 21st, 2014, Judge Robert L. Hinkle of the Southern District of Florida held in the consolidated matters of Brenner v. Scott and Grimsley v. Scott that Florida's ban on same-sex marriages was unconstitutional. And whereas Judge Hinkle stayed the effect of his ruling until January 5, 2015, and whereas on or about December 16, 2014, Attorney General Pam Bondi filed an emergency motion with the United States Supreme Court seeking to extend the stay in the above referenced matter beyond January 5, 2015. And whereas on or about December 19, 2014, the United States Supreme Court, fortunately and rightfully, declined to extend the stay. And whereas state courts throughout Florida, including the 17th Judicial Circuit in and for Broward County, have likewise held that Florida's ban on same-sex marriages is unconstitutional. And whereas effective January 6, 2015, at 12:01 a.m., the Broward County Clerk of Courts will begin issuing same-sex marriage licenses. And whereas the Broward County Board of County Commissioners supports marriage equality and wishes to encourage all Broward County residents who wish to exercise their fundamental right to marry to obtain a marriage license from the Broward County Clerk of Courts. Now therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Broward County, Florida, that the Board hereby designates Tuesday, January 6, 2015 as Marriage Equality Day in Broward County, Florida. And please give all of these folks a round of applause. I just want to say I'm very proud of this county commission because in a bipartisan way, we unanimously supported marriage equality when there were so many other folks that wouldn't. And we took a public position because we believe in what's right and what's just. And so I want to thank you all as well. And I wanted to also give a few folks the opportunity to say a couple words. And if it's okay, I'd actually like to start with the newlyweds. Todd and Jeff Delman. Come on up, guys.
Thank you. Well, we've been involved for a very long time. I think almost 12 years, almost our entire relationship. And when we first got involved in this fight, part of it was a very selfish reason. We wanted to get married. But when you go into a fight like this, you always want to make sure that everybody's got your back. And it has been such a relief and so warm and welcoming to see the commission and our community really behind us every step of the way. And not only having an organization like Equality Florida behind us, but knowing that our community supports us. And I know that we want to be a very diverse, vibrant community, and I think taking stances like you have to support marriage equality, I think you should be very proud of yourselves. I think we should be very proud of our commission. Being out there, being out in front, and together we've won this, and it is a remarkable day, and we're so grateful to you. And whereas we're newlyweds, we thank you again for the proclamation and for everything you've done, and I'm sure we'll continue to do for our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then if I could bring up Equality Florida, because like I said, Equality Florida was instrumental in Florida for making today Marriage Equality Day for all the folks that have been able to get married. So thank you, Mayor.
My name is Nate Clarkwell. I'm the Broward Chair for Equality Florida. And first of all, I want to thank this chamber. 16 years ago, you made history in the southern United States by recognizing domestic partnership and full benefits. That alone was the groundwork for this. We took that all across the state. Equality Florida is the state's largest and oldest LGBT civil rights organization. We work with city commissions, county commissions. Most of us have been to all over 31 or 32 municipalities. 31, thank you. But we've been to all the 31 municipalities here, but all across the state, getting domestic partnership, human rights ordinances, and things like that. 8 years ago, I stood in front of this chamber, and Stacey Ritter and I were on CBS Morning News and CNN, which you probably remember this day. And where this chamber unanimously voted to put a gay and lesbian library in the county building. That library now has 2 locations and writes curriculum for 3 million students across the United States in GLBT history. So what you do here changed everything. And I just want to thank you for that.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Marty and the Commission. And my name is Rowan Liescu, and I'm actually a 18-year resident of Broward County, a weather refugee from Canada originally. But I echo everything that Nate just said. On behalf of our over 200,000 members statewide, it is such a pleasure, and I'm so proud to be here in Broward County, where you really honor inclusivity and diversity and fairness and equality for all. And we do our work statewide, as Nate was saying, and we can always hold up the examples set here in Broward County, and we did it just recently, just the word, the sky did not fall when these policies were passed here in Broward County, and so we're so grateful for you for setting such an example. Thank you, Marty.
Of course, thank you. Lead campaign, I want to be a newlywed.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, I never in my life thought I would live to see the day where my wife was introduced. It is amazing to me, and you blew my whole thing because I was going to bring her down from about back, but you messed that up. But that's okay. I want to thank the county. Because of you and what you've passed gives me the strength in Margate to continue to try to pass what you all have. And we just recently passed domestic partner benefits for our employees, mostly because the county had them, so it was easy to say, hey, the county did it, so let's do it. But I want to thank you for the proclamation, and besides y'all being able to be married, we get to be recognized to be married, so those ethics classes now she counts. Thank you all very much.
Oh, thank you.
Mayor, Commission, thank you so much for this opportunity to share this wonderful moment. There's a saying at the beginning of a prayer that says, in a world torn by violence, a world far from wholeness, give me the power to make change. And we have in fact done that, and we will continue to do that. It has, as Lee said, given me great strength to be able to go back to my commission in my city and let them know that we have champions in Broward County who are setting the path for us. Now, as we go forward, we must not forget that there is much to be done, much more to be done to make sure that all those people in our community and our society are no longer marginalized and left out. And I will remind all of us that this is only the beginning of a very long journey to make sure, again, that all of us are together in this fight for equality in so many ways. Thank you again for being leaders. Thank you again for allowing us to be here today and for honoring this day with the Proclamation of Equality.
Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you. Michael Rayner, I serve as the Vice Chair of the County's Human Rights Board. I just want to speak as an individual, as a gay man living in this county. Last night I actually had the pleasure to be there from everything that went on at the clerk's office, from the moment that they opened the doors until the last couples were married at 5 a.m. And Commissioner Ritter, you're right, it would be a magnificent lobby if it was a pride flag, like you tweeted. But, you know, it was really, for me, very important to be there as a member of the Human Rights Board, because one of the things that's unique about Broward County, and I think our LGBT tourism really speaks of how welcoming and inclusive we are, as well as the culture of this commission and other local municipalities. But, you know, in Broward County, you do have protections under sexual orientation and gender identity, which you don't have at the state and federal level, to provide protections in the workplace, in public accommodation, and in housing. I'm a little sleep deprived, so my brain went for a minute. But I also have a chilling reminder. When I was watching TV at 6 this morning, because I couldn't sleep, and I read Archbishop Thomas Winsky's warning to employees of the Archdiocese that you could basically be terminated for even posting pro-LGBT stuff on your social media, and that you could meet reprimands. And it's a chilling reminder as well that that's actually an exemption from the Human Rights Act, where it is the right of the Catholic Church to fire you for being gay or discriminate against you in any other way in employment and public accommodation, unless you're contracted with the county to provide service. So it is some of those reminders we need to keep in mind, and as someone who left the Catholic Church many years ago after studying to be a priest, I find that very hurtful and unchristian. But I think that these are reminders that when we talk about the protections that people have, we also have to remind them that it's not straight across the board. There are exemptions, and to still be cautious. So last night, or this morning, and today is a day of celebration. But we still need to be mindful that the struggle still continues to fight for real equality and civil rights for all people, and that the gay community is still struggling at the state and federal level for those rights. And I thank the county for always including this community as part of your legislative agenda, and it just goes to reemphasize how important we are as residents, that we are equals as much as we can be and for what you provide. So I just want to thank you so much, and I will leave the Vice Mayor if he wishes to respond to the Archbishop.
Mr. President of the Dolphin Democrats, we are the oldest LGBT political organization in Broward County since 1982. And Michael Rayner is correct. Our fight is not over yet. We still have the ability outside of Broward County to be fired for being LGBT, to be denied service for being LGBT, to be denied housing because we're LGBT. And I would ask the Commission to consider getting involved with the legislation to fix that at the state capitol, the Florida Competitive Workforce Act. Please, you've always been strong for our community. We would ask that you help out with this particular piece of legislation. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
I lost my